And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Off to the races we go on Monday, October the 24th. I highly suggest a jacket before you crack the door. 47 right now. Now, it's going to be nice and warm before it's over, but you'll need something early as we'll get to a high of about 80 a little bit later on this morning. Nice weather there. All the way from West Point, Robin Morris, how are you today? Let me get this. This just doesn't look right, does it? We'll get that a little bit better there. Kind of odd looking. But we do hope your weekend is good. Now, something is going to happen that we have not been used to for the last few months, and that's the sound of alarms going off from the National Weather Service that there could be severe weather. That is in the forecast tomorrow, and it looks to be that we could have that. We're going to have severe storms, damaging winds of at least 60 miles an hour, and the possibility of some tornadoes in the area tomorrow. Now, this is going to fall through about 5 o'clock. Now, let's look at radar this morning as to where it is today and where it will be tomorrow. So we'll be on this for you all day tomorrow, watching the weather, letting you know where it is in relation to where you live. This morning, this is the projection of the path today. As we go to Meridian Honda radars, you'll notice it's out to our west. We got a little bit of a level 1 coming into the Vicksburg area, but by and most is from Corpus Christi, Texas, north through Dallas, over to Shreveport, back down through Galveston, following the shoreline there in Texas. As we zoom in on this a little bit closer, you'll see that Texarkana is included in this, Shreveport, Louisiana. This is today. Now, let's go ahead and move this to tomorrow and look at our area. At one point, it had moved a little bit west, but that's not the case now. This moves further east for tomorrow, as we'll see here. Let's turn that off where you can take a good look here. Basically, the entire state of Mississippi tomorrow, including Birmingham, Montgomery, all the way up to Jackson, Tennessee, included in this level 2. And again, if you live anywhere in this yellow area, be prepared tomorrow for serious weather. It could be. That level 2 moves up a notch and means tornadic activity could happen. Again, strong winds could be just as dangerous as some of the tornadoes. We know how that works. But again, this will go over toward Montgomery. As you'll look at this, Alexandria city just east of Birmingham, up through Athens, right there at Huntsville, and up to Lexington, and just right there north of Jackson, Tennessee. All of Collierville will be included in this. Look at the Mississippi Delta. You're going to have it, as we got every bit of the state of Mississippi. It would be just right there off of east of Moss Point that won't be included in this. We're going to go ahead and say they're included because it's so close. But that's what we're dealing with as we watch weather tomorrow. Again, we'll go live at a moment's notice as the weather starts turning bad to let you know where it is and how close it is to your home. So be weather alert tomorrow. Don't discount anything and go, oh, it's still October. As we all know, when we get into November is when we have this second round of severe weather, kind of how it starts with tornadic activity. We're getting a jump start to it this year. We'll watch that. We got a complete weather forecast coming up this morning as we'll look at what to expect, where all the tropics and everything is going, and well, what your forecast holds as we head toward Halloween. Can anybody believe that it's Halloween time? I mean, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Been a fast year, without a doubt. As we begin our headlines today, we've got a bunch of them to talk about. So we'll do that in just a moment. But let's go out to Collinsville. Anybody up for that this morning? Let's go see Brother Ben. I think he's got a great message for us this morning. Stay close. Let's see what Brother Ben's got to say.
My great-grandfather, Philip Crosland, was a sharecropper in South Central Kentucky and made a name for himself as an honest mule trader. If he said, yes, the mule is good, the mule was good. He was a man of his word. Does that kind of character seem like a thing of the past? Well, it shouldn't be. You see, Jesus expects it in us. He told us in Matthew 5:37 to simply let our yes be yes and our no be no. We shouldn't have to swear an oath to be believed. We shouldn't have to swear on our mother's grave or on our child's life or our own life or to swear to God. No, a simple yes or no should be enough. Now, you may be thinking, Ben, that's just not how the world operates today. But I'm not talking about the world. I'm talking about you. Do you have that kind of character? Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. What a great message this morning. If you get a chance, visit with them. You can't miss them. Collinsville, right there on Highway 19 on the left side of the road if you're heading out of town. Collinsville. Be a great place to stop by this Wednesday or maybe Sunday. Great message there. Appreciate Brother Ben this morning. As we start this morning, it's all calm. As we said, 47 right now. We will make it to 80 in a little bit. Your forecast right around the corner. That's what we've got. What do we know that's gone on over the last 24 hours? Last night, as we were getting ready for bed, we would get a message there'd been a armed robbery. As we go to the headlines this morning to take a look at this, this will be right across from EMEPA, Johnson Toyota, right along in there. This is the store. Let's take a look at this. This is going to be City King, the 2900 block of Highway 39. Still awaiting more information from the Meridian Police Department on the finer details of what went on. We do know that the store was robbed last night. We don't know if it was a knife used or a gun. We don't have those details or what was taken. We do know that it was a male that had a mask on that exited the store. As soon as we get an update from that, we'll pass along. We do know that no one was hurt. That is the great news. Can't beat that. If bad things happen, at least no one was hurt. I guess that's where I'm trying to go with that story. We will see more of this, and I warn you, as we head toward the holidays, as we approach Thanksgiving and we make it toward Christmas, this will be on the uptick. It always is this time of year. I don't want anybody to be shocked. I want you to be aware of your surroundings everywhere you go. Always pay attention to what's happening to you. 90-degree turnaround. Always look, a 180, so to speak. Do a walk around. As we look at other things that have gone on, there was a small chase the Meridian Police Department was involved in. It started at 26th Street and 10th Avenue. Let's pull that up. This was on Saturday night. As we look at this, it started here, and it would go due south, turn over, and end right here on Front Street as they would jump out of the car and, well, try to get away. That did not work out for them. Meridian Police took one into custody. Kind of happens when you run from the police. Always kind of does. I don't have many details on this, but we will talk about this and maybe go a little bit further into it later on this morning as we start finding out headlines that happened last night. Everybody know where Wendy's is on 8th Street? I think we do. Let me pull up the map and let's just show you where I'm at. Here's 8th Street, Meridian. Here's where Wendy's sit. If you go one block south, this is 7th Street. Meridian Police Department would receive a call somewhere around 1:55 a.m. in the morning. All right, I got smallish. Let me hit a button and fix something. Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk. Okay, we got it all worked out there. Now back to what we were talking about, the headline that happened here. Let's go back up here and pull this map up so where we got interrupted. As we look at this is going to be 8th Street. Wendy sits here, one block south of here, right along in here somewhere. The Meridian Police Department would receive a call somewhere around 1:55 a.m. in the early morning hours that a child was in the street. Well, I'm not kidding, a child. Matter of fact, somewhere between the age of 2 and 3 with no clothes on. The Meridian Police Department went to investigate, and sure enough, they found a child. The child was transported to a local hospital to be checked out. Child was fine, from what I understand. Not sure where we are on locating where the parents are. Now, there's several ways you can look at this. Now, it could have slipped out. There are children that do that. We don't know the details of this, but I'm sure child services have been called. If we can find out any information on this, we will pass this along. We've put in a request to the Meridian Police Department for more details on that. Thank heavens the child was fine. You know how this is when it's dark, a child wandering the streets, of how bad that could have turned out. God does look out for us from time to time, and it's a miracle Thank goodness. Now, as we look at this could have turned out some kind of ferocious as we find out what went on over the weekend. Let's go to Meridian High School. Anybody know where that is? We posted the story on this, and this happened. 3 suspects were arrested at Meridian High School for possession of a weapon. That's right. That's called guns. I know they were toting Glocks. As we found out that Kelvin Moruski, 24, his brother Kelke, and Wilson Gates were all arrested, 21 years old. We have 19, 21, and 24 all toting weapons into a Meridian High School game. Arrested they were because that's illegal. You can't do that. Possession of a weapon on educational property is what the law is. Now, why did they have them? We don't know. But they were promptly arrested and taken to the sheriff's department. We don't need any bad things, do we? Barbara Smith, how are you today? Good to see you there. We go to Clarke County, and now we have a picture of a truck. If you live in Clarke County, maybe you notice it around here. It's well worth calling the police and going, it looks suspicious, it looks kind of like it. Never hurts to call and report these things. But a home was broken into in Clarke County over the weekend on County Road 631. They would take numerous guns, numerous amounts of ammunition, and also take an ATV with them. Let's pull this up where we can see here. This is what we know. This is the ATV that was stolen with the trailer, if you happen to see that anywhere. Here's the truck that was used. Now, I know that's a little blurry, but that looks to be what they call a cat-eyed Chevrolet, 2-wheel drive, extra cab, possibly gold in color. Now, that's that, 2003 through 2006 model Chevrolet truck. If you'll notice, it's got that square front end. That's them pulling away as surveillance camera caught them. At least we know that much. You can contact the Clarke County Sheriff's Department, and you can call Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, or simply call 911 if you see something that looks like that to report it. So long as authorities know you've seen it somewhere, they'll check it out. And they would appreciate, homeowner would. As we all know, you go off to work to earn a living each day, and then people like that come along. So hopefully this case will be cracked and someone will go to jail over it very soon from now. As we go back to Clarke County, we'll go to Clarke County Hot Topics, to where there was a brush fire that got out of hand yesterday. I don't know if you've read this yet or not, but this was a full ongoing thing. It took about 8 hours for all the volunteer fire departments to come in and take care of this. It's all out now, and they worked hard to take care of that. I'm glad that was taken care of. So it was a busy afternoon for anybody that was in the volunteer fire department in Clarke County. I'm sure they had to call in some dozers to help put that out. Right now is not a time to burn, and it could be caused from anything. As simple as a chain dragging the ground on a trailer, to someone dumping a smoke out a window, to a vehicle that's hot parking in tall grass. That can cause these things. We go back to Saturday night, in the early mornings of Saturday morning is what we've got next. A home was struck with bullets in Meridian. I know I'm shocking you, and you just can't believe that story, but I'm telling you, it's true. Police were called. They didn't notice anything in the middle of the night, as they would get a call back early Saturday morning and go, could y'all come back? My home has got bullets in it. Yes, this is it, the scene of the 200 block of 24th Street. This is Highway 39. Let's click on this picture where you can see it a little bit better and make it bigger. Here's Highway 39. It would be just east of there. Here's Southern Pike, almost directly across the street from there. Old Marion Road type situation there, east of 39 is where all of that was. Gives you an idea of what went on. We also had reports, let's see here, the 1900 block of 13th Avenue heard gunshots over the weekend. Also got reports where 24th Avenue, someone lived on 23rd, heard shots on 24th. They did call and report it to authorities. Great job on that. Let's see, did I mention the 600 block of 21st Street? Yes, I think I did. If I didn't, we also had gunshots reported in that area. Did you make it down to downtown Meridian over the weekend? It was fun. A lot of people turned out for the Bud and Burgers. A few pictures here is when we showed up and walked around to take a look. Meridian Police Department there. What is that, Jason? Is that what that is? Nice kid that was dressed up for Halloween there. As we take a look at some of the pictures from downtown, it was a huge crowd there. that turned out well for this. Everybody was eating and enjoying themselves. The band took the stage somewhere around 9 o'clock that night. Fun and entertainment there. And as you'll see here live from the stage, we walked up and took a few pictures from that as well, as you can see here. Again, a lot of people were there. It was fun. We walked around to check it all out. One of the pictures that were sent in over the weekend, I've never seen this. I've always heard about it. The Northern Lights. Anybody heard that? Now, this was sent in to us from Iceland. Take a look at that picture. Isn't that beautiful? I've never seen that in person, but boy, oh boy. Heard lots about it all my life. As we start looking at a few of the headlines that are around the state this morning, Sanatobia, MBI investigating a shooting involving a police officer over the weekend. As always, we don't get many details on this in the beginning. They should have more information coming out. Jones County is where we go to next. An 18-wheeler accident over the weekend caused someone to be airlifted to the hospital. I think it was the passenger in the 18-wheeler. It was a single vehicle wreck. The 18-wheeler overturned. The driver refused medical help, but the passenger had to be air flighted. We do hope they're doing better. It was life-threatening. We found out Pike County. Oh, look, they had a drive-by. And they were even using the G word. I'm pretty sure it was gang-related there as police start talking about this. As we glance around some other things there, Mississippi State, boy, that turned out bad. Whew. Alabama done a whooping. There's no other way to word it. Matter of fact, I flipped the ball game on, and it was sort of boring. Wasn't much to it. Alabama ran away with it. It wasn't one of those that you were glued to see what was going to happen. You knew from the beginning Alabama was going to win that. We also see that Ole Miss lost. LSU stepped in for a victory, 45-20. Not a great day there. I do think Southern won, didn't they? I think so. If you're looking for haunted things, this is neat, and they say it is the most haunted in the state of Mississippi. If you're looking for a scare, go see the real thing. Vicksburg, Mississippi, I think they've got candlelight tours through the home in small groups. McRaven House is what I'm talking about. Good luck to you. A few headlines this morning as we move around the world. We have somebody that was let go from Newsmax. And it was basically, she said something that she couldn't back up. She claimed that people were being put over the border as a plan of the illegal immigrants to dilute patriots. Said that she had proof of that the UN was responsible. Of course, she couldn't back that up. They have relieved her of her duties there. Portland, finally seeing that, well, the run is over. You can't walk down the street without a homeless person being in the middle of it. It's squander. There's feces all over the ground. People don't even want to go to work. And this is the scene all across America. As laws are dropped, people can do what they want. It's not working. This defund the police thing, it all ties together. They say they're going to try something new. They're working on a plan. Well, plan A hadn't worked too well for you, has it? It's just no one even wants to travel to these large cities. New York's a mess. I think we're up to 9 people, if I read correctly, that have been pushed onto subways and killed. But to hear the authorities talk there, it's not really the criminal's fault. I mean, you should really check your surroundings. It's sad. The laws have really, really gotten to where, I don't think it's the laws, I think it's the way the law is interpreted these days to where judges do nothing anymore. America needs a hero. I think most agree on that. We'll see what becomes of it. Already 6:50 this morning as the clock ticks away on us. We're going to check that forecast next, find out exactly what you need to know about what's coming. Today's going to be great. Tomorrow is our concern. Don't go anywhere. We've got that forecast for you next as we begin this early Monday. Woo.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our communities efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as your built-in. are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. We'll pull radar back up in a moment and go into detail again of what is coming if you're just tuning in, what is expected tomorrow. Let's check your forecast for today.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
1939, we had a high of 89, which was projected 9 degrees warmer than today. The low was 1917. That would be World War I going on. We had a low of 30 at this point. Brr. Not the day to be around on that. What is expected today? 80 in Meridian. We'll get to 79 there in Philadelphia. And as you go further up Highway 15 through Noxapater, up toward Mississippi State, those areas, 79 as well. And there to our south, 80 Hattiesburg, 82. Over to Natchez and Vicksburg along the Mississippi River. Looks to be about 83 today. Nice weather there. Let's go east into Bamaland. Tuscaloosa should see 80. Birmingham, 79. We'll even see 80 there in Livingston. 85 in Troy as temperatures are a little bit warmer as you head toward the coast. Now, this is what we're looking at for tomorrow. A level 2 for all of Mississippi. Be ready for this. It does have severe storms, damage and wind gusts of 60 miles an hour. Tornadoes are possible tomorrow. The green level will be out here to our west into Louisiana for tomorrow is what we're expecting. Our timeline that we are watching now is 8 to 5 for Mississippi. Anywhere in there through 5 p.m. As we jump across here and we look at this Bama line, they can go anywhere as it makes its way all the way through the state of Alabama to midnight. On this west side here, Demopolis, Tuscaloosa, y'all are pretty much like the Meridian area through about 6 o'clock, really close to the timeline there. The great thing about this is it will be during the daytime. We can see what's happening. It won't be one of those storms that is after dark as we look at that. Now let's pull radar back up and look at the big picture of what we've got this morning when we go to all of this. That wanted me to refresh something. Yeah, I don't want to do that this morning. Let's go back to radar here and pull this up. Here's what we've got from Meridian Honda radar. As you'll see here, the entire state of Mississippi under this. This is what's coming. This morning it is stretching from Abilene all the way up here toward Oklahoma City. This is that storm that's brewing, and they will have these areas in this area today with a possibility of severe weather as it makes its way toward Louisiana, Mississippi, the worst of the worst being it looks to be Mississippi. That's what we see so far. That is for tomorrow. Again, be prepared. We have not been used to bad weather for quite a while. It has been calm. We hadn't heard sirens go off. We'll be on top of this to tell you what they are in a timely manner and let you know where you live in comparison to where the storm is. That all happens tomorrow, so be prepared for it. We'll narrow this down as it gets a little bit closer there of timeline. Make sure to join us tomorrow as we do this for you. Be on top of it throughout the day. All right, this is what we've got temperature-wise as we go back to take a look at what's going on. A little bit warmer here as we see the 80-degree mark today. Now, we've got normal weather coming and a small cool front out to the west coming our way as we pull this up for our 7-day outlook. 78 to 80 today, depending upon where you are. Low tonight only at 63. Kind of warm, isn't it? By tomorrow, we jump back up to 78, but look at that nighttime low on Tuesday night, 47. And then we're down to 69, and it's going to stay in the low 70s to right around 70-degree mark as we start seeing some 69s and 68s as we go into the weekend, and another chance of rain on Saturday, a 40% chance. As you'll see right there, 90% chance of those thunderstorms tomorrow. Let's go another week into this all the way through November the 7th, and we're going to stay no warmer than 75 to 77 one day, but we start seeing 60s by the 4th of November. Could it be that fall is coming? Let's hope so. We don't want anything too cold. We don't want anything too hot. I'll take 60s any day of the week. As we go to take a look at what's happening with the tropics this morning, we have two little small cells out here. One is a 10% chance, another a 20% chance. Not much to it yet. We'll watch these to make sure that they don't affect the East Coast there. That's what's going on. We got all the details there on the website. What about fishing today? Let's head over to Chet's Paint and Body as we look at this morning. We do have a right after lunch, 12 o'clock to about 2 o'clock. If if you want to hit the water today. Sunset's going to hit about 6:19 this afternoon. Still got a few minutes for the sunsets. 7 sunrise, 7:12 this morning. We are going to have some gusts today of about 20 miles an hour. Do not burn. We'll have an issue on our hands, won't we? Watch that as we take a look at all of this morning as we begin our day. But overall, not a bad day lined up for us. Sandra says she really wishes we could stay in the 50s for a while. That 50-degree mark is that you need just a little bit of a jacket, but if you do something outside, it's kind of nice there. Let's see here. Roy says, but we have a nice sidewalk over 22nd Avenue. We do have one. I haven't seen anybody walk it yet, but we do have it over there. Oh, wait a minute. You can't take your car down there. And don't forget, we do have some issues coming up this week. Let me share this with you, remind you of what's coming up. As we'll see, the roadway is going to be closed starting the 26th on Front Street. That's going to be Cedar Ward Parkway from C Street to Front Street, right over that. So use the 18th Avenue Bridge to get to downtown Meridian. Go over it, take a left to go to downtown by Soule, and that'll take you up by the Max, and you can go wherever you like, anywhere in that direction. Just a little bit of an issue there for a few days until they get some more things done. We got the Candy Crawl tomorrow. Did we mention that? That's going to happen 4:30 to 6 o'clock, Dumont Plaza. A lot of folks coming down for that. I meant to sign up for it and never got there. So that's happening there in Meridian. And there's so many of these. We'll go over all of them this morning at 8 o'clock as to what's coming up in our communities. Make sure to come back and join us. Harvey Cleveland, good to see you there. Dorothy Ford is up. Laura Lee, Barbara Jones. How are you doing this morning? Always good to see you. We're going to be optimistic that today is great, aren't we? We'll see if we can't get some more details on some of these headlines that we have so far this morning that are beginning. Maybe we'll get some answers to them, find out more about it. Just be careful no matter what you do. And I keep reminding you, we'll have Chris and some more law enforcement on here in the next few weeks. And also we're going to talk to Billy Solly this week. We're going to call him, see if he can come in and talk with us. Crime always upticks as we head into the holidays. I want you to just be aware of that. We'll learn more about it. We'll see you back in 1 hour and 2 minutes from now. We'll go live here, YouTube, Facebook, and also on television. Join us, won't you, Fox 30? It all happens here. We'll see you soon at the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: